так. Очень долго я вступался к этой игре. Когда наконец смог начать. Вот, и на самом деле я хотел взять другой. Как раз Final Cut. Но цена в Steam победила, поэтому решил попробовать стимовскую версию. Но она тоже неплохо работает с геймпадом, поэтому особой разницы, я думаю, не почувствовал. Ой, ну что, поехали. Так, значит, выбрать архетип. Невероятно умен, плох в общении с людьми, знает много интересных фактов, мыслит нестандартно. Ну, это явно не про меня. Имеет развитые психологические способности, обаятельный, но не уравновешенный. Может начать терять рассудок. Вот это уже ближе. Отлично развит физически, точно нет. Создать собственного персонажа. Ну, в принципе, можно попробовать. Так, интеллект, психика, физиология, моторика. Так. То есть интеллект максимум средний. Окей, в принципе, мы не гордые. Мы самокритичны. Можно поставить и средний. Так, психика. Насколько вы эмоционально восприимчивы? Психика и чувствительность, мне кажется, это не совсем синонимы. Думаю, такого хватит. Так, физиология. Не, ну подтягиваться-то я умею, в принципе, я думаю, среднему подойдет. Так, и моторика. Ага, то есть тут выбора даже не дается. Прям как в жизни, как говорится. Так, ну, в принципе, вполне жизненные статы. Так, коронный навык. Господи, сколько тут всего. Я впервые вижу всю эту сетку. Вот именно предметно, поэтому какое-то время тут придется зависнуть. Пройти интеллектуальные стихии, разложите мир по полочкам. Так, запустите все свои знания, управляйте эрудицией. Так, совершенствуйте искусство убеждения. Так, прекратите всех, варите, наблюдайте в себя. Станьте ценителем творчества, развейте чуткость к искусству. Но это точно не про меня. Восстанавливайте события на месте преступления, заставьте законы физики работать на вас. Так, интересно. Ну, после игры в Divinity хочется первым делом вкачать риторику, убеждение. Но, в принципе, попробуем. Так, дальше. Держите себя в руках, сохраняйте боевой дух. Но это не для меня. Интуиция, чутье, сны наяву. Так, вот интересно. Чувствуйте других, задействуйте зеркальные нейроны. Так. Подавляйте и властвуйте, заявите о себе. Так. 41 участок навеки в вашем сердце, как и полицейская культура. Интересно. Интересно. Так. Почувствуйте дрожь, настройтесь на городскую волну. Очаровывайте мужчин и женщин, которые плавают. Тоже интересно. То есть, я так понимаю, здесь всего один можно взять скилл. Любите наркотики, это взаимно. Нет, я не люблю наркотики, потому что их даже не пробовал. Вот авторитет. Прям очень сопротивляюсь. Но, так, Выпрямите спину, сохраняйте покерфейс. Прям полезный навык. Научиться бы ему. Ну, пусть все-таки будет авторитет, наверное. Так, ну, в принципе, пусть будет авторитет. Вообще, конечно, местный арт-дизайн, местная рисовка прям действительно выбивается из общего плана игр последние годы. Демоны ярости живут в зеркалах. Они здесь как дом. Даже в самой прозрачной воде можно утонуть. Начать. Поехали.
There is nothing, only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore.
Сразу отсылочки к рептилоидам.
Ever.
Блин, вот было бы так в жизни, чтобы не нужно больше ничего было делать.
Never, ever.
Ну, даже так.
Never, ever, ever, baby.
I like it.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
Кого?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful. A ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
Прям вот чувствуется с первых реплик мастерство озвучки.
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the Abyssopelagic zone.
Абисса Пелагия с первого раза. Yes. Так, а вот сейчас эти. Ну да.
Do you really? Alright, nothing down to fuck all, brother.
У меня проездной. Вот этот вариант мне нравится.
Not you. Your days of giving a shit and being that type of animal are over. The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dying. to disco music.
То есть все-таки диско в названии не просто для красного словца. Если я правильно помню, Elysium переводится как... ну, не Elysium, конечно, а чистилище или что-то вроде того. Скорее... даже рай. То есть в раю играет диско. И на фоне должен быть Копатыч в звездных очках.
You can take it. You're a champion.
Я победитель. Вот между первым и третьим вариантом прям очень интересный выбор. Ну,
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth,
уже за.
and with it, an ungodly headache.
Поэтому никогда не пейте крепкий алкоголь. Ну, с какой-то стороны чувствуется, да, что вот эти вот дублирующиеся личности пытаются затянуть обратно во тьму. Но
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
боже, это так приятно слушать в наушниках полноразмерных. Адская Так, знакомимся с нашей родной хатой. Господи, я сначала подумал, что это у меня FPS так проседают. Так. Ага. Стойте, подожди. Блин, я играю на геймпаде, ребят. Ну, конечно, да. Так, ладно. Так, это, я так понимаю, режим детектив. Как все-таки взаимодействовать? Ага, окей. А жаль, что она пуста. Так, по-моему, с этим связано интересное.
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny
Historia.
fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world.
Ну, тут явно, да. Не мой шанс.
The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now.
Замечательно.
You swoop up and catch the
Yes.
tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. Warning, warning, the necktie is no longer contained. What you have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
Так, ну за вентилятор я уже тянул.
A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off
Oh.
immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. Your eyes burn with photosensitivity. It's not good.
А, боже. Ну ладно.
The lights are off again.
Так, продолжаем. Диско Блейзер. На фоне должна играть музыка кабачи. Так, комментарий. Ага, все автоматически надевается. Окей. Так, ведьмачье чутье. Ага. Чей туфля? Люблю зеленый цвет. А, кстати.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
Какую же дверь он должен открыть?
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off.
Кто же это мог быть?
Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man.
То есть поэтому внизу слева мы не можем опознать свое лицо. Окей.
Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. As you slowly abort, you clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
Do you like what you see? Да пофиг.
Behold,
О, красавчик. В принципе, достаточно похоже на меня после нескольких месяцев дистанта.
you have no idea who this thing is.
Да
Do
все
you?
я понимаю. Вот это да.
It appears you're also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
Ну, логично, раз я вижу суперзвезду, то и вести себя суперзвезда должна
Please stop.
соответствующе.
It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
Не,
You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off.
Ну и что? Да, мне нравится эта
What
ухмылка.
does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
Если зритель склонен сочувствовать унылым и вышедшим в тираж, есть в этом свое обаяние. Звучит логично.
There might have been 10 years ago. It's little more than a cadaverous spasm now.
Оу май. Так, ну электрохимия это связь с наркотиками. Для энциклопедии мы слишком тупые. Так. Можно попробовать это.
Like the rest of
Ah,
you,
жаль.
it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
Ну тогда. Так, еще одна дверь. Мгм. Так, это, я так понимаю, закрыто. У кого-то была хорошая пятница. Так, получается... Тут ловить больше нечего. Окей. Внезапно мы протрезвели. Можем ходить быстрее. Так, окей, что тут есть интересного? Остерегайтесь гололеда. Окей. Так, ну выходить, я думаю, пока еще рано. Так, какой-то...
Hello, officer.
Март 51-го года. Вот мне почему-то сейчас, особенно при виде лица главного героя, появляется ассоциация с страхом и ненавистью. Вот этот вот второй герой, который адвокат. Чем-то они похожи, мне кажется. Так, что тут? Еще какая-то дверь. Так, я не могу ее открыть, да? Не могу. А жаль. А жаль. Так, ну пока разговаривать не будем. Будем корчить из себя интроверта, который упивается своей божественностью. Так, ага, что тут у нас? Оп. Историческая газета Тромп Ле Монт. Окей. Ясненько, понятненько. Так, спускаться пока не будем. Тогда придется разговаривать с женщиной.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
Ну нет.
No.
There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman.
Да, я у руля.
Because you're a police officer, sir. I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time. You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less. I couldn't say. In truth, so far, Mostly drinking.
Кстати, должен заметить, здесь достаточно приятный английский. Ну, пока вот по первым минутам. Так, окей. Так, но это, пожалуй, не для стрима будет. Так. Ну,
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
даже конченый дебил, как говорится, может работать.
A glib remark. Don't let it stand. Assert yourself.
A fondness for contradictory statements.
I'm sorry. I was being glib. I'm sure you're a great cop.
No,
Yeah?
she's not. Reassert yourself by being flirtatious.
То есть мы возвращаемся к первоначальному. Окей.
Could it be because of the drinking?
Так, ну вот это прям предъява. Так, ну, видимо...
Try the expression. Come on, why are you still doing this?
Я стою на пороге смерти, опухший и смрадный. Но даже теперь... Неужто никогда не оставит меня тоска?
Alcohol raises testosterone levels, especially in men. The levels remain elevated after inebriation ends and the pain begins. You seek comfort. It's only natural.
Слишком умная для танцовщицы, мне кажется. Никакого сексизма.
She puts out her cigarette. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
And now, it never stops. Goodbye.
И вам до свидания, соседушка. Я думаю, можно будет докурить. Окей. Так. Что у нас здесь? Слышу музыку. И не слышу. Ага. Так, то есть мы вышли на балкон. А, балкон с видом на море. Интересно. Ну, хоть где-то в этом году на море посмотрю. О! Туфли. Я же в одной ходил.
There they both are, two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet. like two baby crocodiles.
Как близнецы-крокодильчики.
Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
Вообще-то обидно. Так, окей. Поехали дальше. Блин, достаточно странное управление с геймпадом, можно сказать. Так, продолжаем.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the lip. Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack.
Ну, я же не
Strike that.
вкачивал.
A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied.
Я же не
Then
вкачивал
smoke them
электрохимию.
all.
Какого?
The idea seems to make your neck expand. Suddenly, the garish tie feels very snug.
Чё-то я думаю, галстук стоило не снимать.
Like a cat rubbing itself against its owner's calves. A cat that wants you to smoke a lot. Or you could not do that. No one is making you. Good. They'll make you stronger and better. You're too old to be cool now. But find cigarettes, smoke them, blam. Instantly a cool renegade man. A mystical red dragon with smoke rising from his nostrils.
Как пели в классическом мультике «Остров сокровищ», Минздрав предупреждает: курение – это яд.
Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses.
Зря это выбрал, конечно. Так, здесь больше ловить нечего. Так, не, ну, можно, конечно, рискнуть.
The door is closed. There is no answer. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
Нет, мы будем выше этого.
The door is closed. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside.
Ну и пожалуйста. Ну и не нужно, как говорится. Ух ты. Микрофончики. Что можно было постендапить? В смысле? Откуда пошел? А, окей. Да, спасибо за информацию. Так.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast oceanic soul.
Точный кубометраж моей души не ясен из-за похмелья. Вот мне кажется, это сейчас максимально будет актуально к персонажу.
Of course, At this point, precise measurements of your soul can only be performed from the outside.
Тоже
It
логично.
needs to be heard through a PA system by other people.
Кажется, у Шнура была песня «Я суперзвезда» или что-то типа того. Но что же мне спеть?
You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Don't worry.
Ну, нытье, оно не всем приятно.
No, no. Don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. Sing the sad song. It's profound.
Ну, грусть, она не всегда бывает глубокой на самом-то деле.
You have to find something tragic to sing first, though. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works.
Так, значит, нам нужно найти что-то для пения под караоке.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again.
Ну и...
That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he is purposely ignoring you. Looks like he's not a fan. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it.
Не, ну если он чем-то занят, тогда окей.
Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
Я коп, с кем? С кем хочу, с тем и говорю.
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
Да, наверное.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
Ты сейчас договоришься, молодой управляющий кафетерием.
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this?
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room? Oh, it's not? You're right. It's not.
He has no respect for you personally, but this man sees himself as a law-abiding citizen, and you a representative of that law. He tries to avoid outright conflict.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
Действительно.
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie
3.
tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in. She just, you know.
There's something there, and it's not good. That's all you know for now.
Так. Это не ее труп случайно мы должны были изучить. Окей. О, автосохранение даже. Интересно. Так. Ну, ко входу пока рановато идти. Поизучаем. Понедельник. Понимаю. Понедельник все-таки такой день. Назафет. Вот, кстати. Так, стоп, а куда он делся? А то я ж там себе глаза подпалил. Ну, где? Видимо, нигде. А жаль. Так, окей. Такая дотошность в описании. Мгм. Так, окей. Так, ага. Тут еще какие-то интересности. Открывается 16:00. Мгм. Эх, а жаль. Так давно не играл в пинбол. Так. Не понял. В смысле?
Hello, sweetie.
О, я зайка.
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
Ну, а я хотел поговорить. Ну и пожалуйста. Ах, ладно. Видимо, придется работать.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why?
Ну, если полицейская волна так говорит.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize.
Не знаю, как меня зовут. Ну, так все-таки будет честнее.
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here? If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
Блин, вот честно, мне уже очень нравится озвучка. Очень приятно, очень мягкая. Такая прям вот атмосферная. А атмосфера для меня это прям очень решающий параметр.
Good. But even if you haven't, we'll have time for that after we take a look. Have you removed the dead body from the Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
А, окей.
So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse.
Ну, то, что он еще не сорвался, это прям достойно уважения, я считаю.
If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern.
Окей.
After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as...
Так, то есть, я так понимаю, мы можем, в принципе, начать заниматься расследованием, но в приоритете нам стоит найти наше удостоверение. Так, где же оно может быть? Бедный закрыт на зиму. Так, ну пойдем обратно, я так понимаю. Так. Где может быть наше удостоверение? Ким старается не смотреть на сломанную дверь в ванную. Окей.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore.
Ну, в принципе.
He takes a step toward the door, like he'd like to leave.
Понимаю.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting.
Так. Но где может быть мое удостоверение?
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression. It's too late. Like an image on film, the expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
Боже, так крипово. Так, окей. Так, ну, видимо, здесь нам ловить нечего, и удостоверения моего тут нет.
Yes?
Yes?
No response. He just arches his brow.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
Да нет, конечно, господи, о чем ты?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Really? You look fine to me.
Ну да, ну да.
This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer. Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted? What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit.
Вообще ничего. Вообще.
Do you want me to brief you?
Да, пожалуй.
3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate.
Так, интересно.
During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Самосуд.
A security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. To find him or her is one of our tasks here. For now, all we know is that the tone was muffled, using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's
Ого.
age nor sex.
Даже так.
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city. Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer. No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
Замешано на сексе. Интересно. Ну, пока что да, тут вроде бы не пахнет ничем потусторонним.
I'm relieved that you agree.
He is glad and surprised to see an officer who can appreciate the less than spectacular.
Do you know the feeling when you've begun filling in a crossword, but some of your answers don't quite seem to fit? That's the feeling I have right now, for some reason.
Кстати, вот интересно, вот эти вот красные пятна у него на лице, это родинки, родимые пятна или это кровь? Что такое кроссворд? Не, ну мы же не настолько тупые.
It will turn into quite the puzzle yet, I'm afraid. I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
Окей.
His disdain is clear. This man would not use such an expression otherwise.
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
Знаешь ты, чего я участник ретроградной амнезии?
Better still than an imbecilic cop-off. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. Later. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case?
Такой ты, значит. Ну ладно. Еще вот этот вот круг на фоне его лица прям. Как будто святой какой-то. Интересно.
Good. Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Понимаю. Человек без шизы.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary. The lieutenant is a police officer of the old school. His concerns are material and extrinsic. But this isn't an old school case.
So what? That makes you the new school? God spare us.
Ну, зато честно.
For real detective work, nothing beats a good notebook by your side.
The lieutenant produces his small blue note. That's where his conversations with himself take place.
Логично.
We all have our different mediums. His is written. You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
Yes, I am special. Так.
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic. It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting. You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Revacholière.
He's glad to have shut down your question.
That's correct.
Да ладно.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
Are they? They are mostly just cumbersome.
You could use a good, normal peer yourself.
Ну и пожалуйста.
No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. You're pretty sure it has something to do with the lieutenant's eyebrow.
Так. Причем тут бровь лейтенанта?
The eyebrow is exercising
Что?
psionic control over you.
Something the matter, detective?
This guy's got authority off the charts. With just the flick of his eyebrow, he's able to make you his thrall.
Ничего себе.
Nothing. You better hope he doesn't abuse his authority. There's a lot of it.
Ничего себе. Класс.
If the lieutenant were an evil man, fortunately, he is a committed officer of the RCM. He'll only use his... The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of
Господи,
yourself.
мной управляет бровь лейтенанта. Какой ужас.
Good. Let's change the subject. Excuse me? You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide. I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to move a bit erratically. They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet thorough. Prioritizes containers. I don't know. Containers contain, I guess. I'm making assumptions. We should move on.
Passing along frivolous interdepartmental stereotypes is not usually his oeuvre. He regrets bringing it up.
What do you want to know? You mean like a brief? Do you want me to brief you? There's no reason to wing anything. If you didn't get the brief, 3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Крутотень.
Okay then. Was there anything else you wanted? Good.
Так, окей, поговорили. Так, здесь, я так понимаю, больше ничего полезного. Так, здесь, соответственно, тоже. Ну, здесь видно.
Yes?
Больше ничего нового не появилось. Окей. Произносите правильно. Рибашоль, урания, классе. Или классе. Не знаю. Так, продолжаем разговор. Так, значит, удостоверение мы так и не нашли. Ну, пойдем допрашивать.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Fantastic.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
Блин, что же из этого выбрать?
I have everything. You?
Yes, yes. He means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would?
Что ты слишком завелся, надо бы тебя остудить.
She went away because none of your business. Oh my god, what is your obsession with this Sylvie person? Get over it.
Maybe it's he who's obsessed with this Sylvie person. Certainly sounds like it.
Действительно.
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry.
Does he want you to feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied in his voice.
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job. What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him. I don't know who killed him.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Что-то поменялось.
Let's go.
Окей.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
Это за что?
No one is saying the multi-pattern necktie you found tied to the ceiling fan can talk. No one. It must be merely imagination. But
Let's bail! Time to push the eject button! Sounds like a responsibility! You don't like those!
You don't like those.
no, don't listen to him. It's madness. Just talk.
Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
Oh.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owed him some money.
Так, не, ну раз уж он до меня докопается, то надо и до него докопаться.
No, you don't owe me street cred. You owe me money. You owe this establishment 130 real.
Who does that clown think he is? Arrest him!
Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money.
Почему бы и нет? Ты арестован.
You can't arrest me. I haven't done anything.
Нет. Конечно же, лучше авторитетом задавить.
From the bottom of your blue soul, a term emerges.
Воспрепятствование выполнению сотрудникам полиции служебных обязанностей. Своими бессмысленными требованиями ты мешаешь мне расследовать убийство.
But it's not inane. You owe me money.
It is cruel of you. A man has been killed. File a request for compensation with Station 41. We need to work now.
Спасибо, Ким.
Okay, you'll only have to pay for the window and the drinks. That's 70. I'll get the rest from your stupid station.
Клёво.
Fine, I'll take it off the bill. You want to sleep in a post-apocalyptic shithole? Go ahead, but I'm not giving you another room. The ledger does. The ledger has a memory. The drinks are non-negotiable. There's no way your station will pay for them.
Клёво.
No, not cool. You still owe me 30 for the drinks. If you don't have it by tonight, I'm not letting you back up there.
That's enough now, sir. Good day.
Good day.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
На коне, конечно же.
Why did you say that?
No. But isn't that an expression, not a place? A saying, up on Marvel Hill, a great high place, one that is impossible to climb back to.
Блин.
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
Действительно. Бомжекоп.
You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
Окей. Так, ладно. Вход на кухню нам все еще под запретом. Так.
Hello again, sweetie. I see you've met up with your colleague.
О, я зайка.
The lieutenant nods politely.
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your
Aw.
chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. But dear, you're not for me. I'm too old and too married besides.
In another time and place, she might have flirted back. But that ship sailed long ago.
Ну ладно.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Я думаю, ну это слишком, конечно, да.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
She won't judge you, no matter what you say.
Oh my. You know where we are, right?
В зоне боевых действий.
That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located? We're in the city of Revachol, dear. How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
Так, ну... Блин, конец времен. Плохой год для человека. Хорошо так с ракет. Я уже заплатался. Но... Вроде там что-то было рядом с 50-ми, поэтому...
That's right, dear. How
Yes!
splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
О, это так мило. Добрая зеленая обезьяна.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Господи боже, я что, опять на уроке обществознания? Так. Разумные машины. Дай мне правят куб.
Oh, sweetie. It's really not. There used to be people who thought that way. Other people who wanted those things, but they all went extinct.
Эх, дедушка Ленин передает привет.
Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no dictatorship of the proletariat.
Эх, обидно, досадно.
But they still have cops.
Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
Блин. Боже мой.
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago. Of course, sweetie, I really don't know how to explain it better.
Ну, пожалуйста. Ну, объясните. Я не знаю, что происходит. Я не знаю, кто я такой.
I'm just a poor woman, she thinks. What do I know of these things? And how can I help you?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Ну, и пожалуйста.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
Ну, слишком соблазнительный вариант ответа.
Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
If she could, this woman would feed and clothe you and every other sad, lost person on this earth. Your deportment remains dignified as you shed a single manly tear.
Sweetie, I only have a few cents on me, but I could give you this to pawn. Just to tide you over.
Спасибо.
Wonderful. He has a pin.
Не, ну я люблю коллекционировать значки, поэтому почему бы и нет?
The pin is round and slightly tarnished. 3 sailboats in bas-relief with the sun hovering over the water behind them. A chipped green banner at the bottom reads, San Baptiste, Summer 31, Dinghy Races.
Регата. Интересно.
Oh, it's not an ancient family heirloom or anything, but I suppose it would be nice to get it back. I hope you were able to pawn that old trinket.
Ну, ладно. Я думаю, мы не настолько бедны.
Oh, thank you, dear. I confess I am glad to see it again.
Even the lieutenant seems happy with this turn of events.
Now, what else, sweetie? Whatever do you mean?
Ломать без курева. Ну, в данном случае лучше, наверное, вот это.
Ah, yes. Probably Roll With Me by the Fletchers. People often quote the Fletchers at me. Morel says it's my theme song. Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic.
A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries, like falling from a great height, or a grenade explosion.
That's quite all right. I'm used to people asking questions. I know they're thinking about it anyway.
There is no bitterness in her voice. She accepted the curiosity her condition inspires a long time ago.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
Достаточно приятная женщина. Так, ну что? Можно двигаться дальше. Так, что у нас тут творится? Так, здесь уже побольше пространства.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. This button looks new, but someone has removed the name card. Nothing happens when you try to ring it.
Окей.
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you.
Ну и пожалуйста. В принципе, мы еще не так много прошли. Рюдесен Гислен. Окей.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look open.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
Не очень-то и хотелось сидеть на этой скамейке.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
Такой щедрый.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
Болторез, фонарик, выдвижной ящик. Ну, я думаю, фонарик все-таки.
It's robust, weatherproof, and well made. Police issue, blue. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss.
А, то есть можно и другие предметы взять. Так, монтировка, болторез.
The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand.
Снэп, снэп. А, то есть, в принципе, можно все взять. Почему бы нет?
The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand, heavier than you'd think. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gate. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm.
This is the Caprice Kinema, my motor carriage. You can use the toolbox and the radio if you'd like.
Motor carriage, motor carriage. Something bad with a motor carriage. A dark lump rises in your throat. Nothing, nothing. It's probably nothing. Forget I brought it up. Please proceed with the carefree lollygagging.
Окей.
Nothing, nothing, nothing. It's probably nothing. Forget I brought it up. Please proceed with the carefree lollygagging.
The Caprice motorcar does provide most of our patrol vehicles, yes.
Так. Небольшой перерыв.
Yes, sorry about that. The Kupris Kinema does have a rather distinctive engine sound.
He says it with very badly concealed pride. In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
Translation. We're not going anywhere right now.
Ну блин, так хотел покататься.
Alternative translation. Don't even think you can drive my MC. The frequency tableau lights up and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something. The soft purr of electrical kittens, radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Дельта 10, так не ходится.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Of course. What is her number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment. Takes a bit to get to the phone.
Just wait. Relax.
Okay.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
You can hear resentment in her tone. She's not thrilled to be talking to you again. There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out. No question about it.
No, not me. No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about the corpse. No one calls the police. The Union would get angry. You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Garbage.
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto policed by the Dock Workers Union.
Words are not necessary to feel the lieutenant's discontent for the situation.
I didn't want to get in trouble with the other.
Push her further. Show her the error of her. No, don't push her. It sounds as if she's about to cry.
The other people who live around here. Local people,
Her voice is resigned and weak.
You don't live here. You don't understand. Squealing is frowned upon here. Everything is dealt with, well, by the union, internally. Please, I just didn't want any trouble. You do? Oh. What else can I do for you? Yeah, go on. You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir. Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone. You know whom?
You think you hear a sliver of accusation in her words. Don't be paranoid. She's obviously talking about someone else, not you.
I really don't want to talk about this. Let's just forget about this, okay? Maybe, I don't know. I just know I have to take some time off right now. No, absolutely not.
Уф. Обидно.
Ouch. That's like 20 points of pride damage right there, buddy.
I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags when she was still working there.
I'm not mad, it's just... You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. It just made me want to quit. The stuffed bird, the great skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird," and laughing like a maniac. I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there. Didn't seem like you had fun doing it, though. Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen. And I have seen so many assholes in this place.
Обидно, обидно.
I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you... Well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. No more, We Go On by the O.O. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody. To hell with that song. Then there was your room. Your project. An experiment to see how bad it can get in there. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me, threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't want to know. And then you screamed something about how you're actually a real cool guy, and no one understands it. One of the coolest guys there is. The coolest guy in Jamrock. Something about disco, too. And then I had to deal with your toilet, the one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen. I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke, threatening to kill yourself. The ones I had to wrench out of your damn it, I don't remember what I did to your damn papers. I don't remember every little thing I do. Especially when there's a hurricane loose. It's your fault for losing them, not mine.
Something in you wants to immediately forget about this, as if there was a reason you threw them away.
No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst. God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened. All sorts of things. From disco, rock too. So much disco and rock. Which one would that be? Sad? I think the one you mean is the smallest church in Saint-Saëns. Butchered that right up.
Interesting. You still have to find it, however. You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio. Wordless, the call breaks. Then, the already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Just a second, officer.
Ten 2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas. The radio switchboard.
10-4, what's your status? Over. 10-18, 10-20, over. State your message, sir. Over. 10-9, repeat message. Over. 10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain. Over.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and needs to
He what? He lost his badge?
Who lost his badge?
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his... Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
He says this has probably happened to other policemen before him and laughs sarcastically.
Oh god damn it. Is he fucking kidding? The whole station's gonna be dicked for this.
Satellite Officer Vikmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this tarnishes the reputation of the entire station. Over.
Mullen dicked us.
He's asking you to stop.
Of course it's serious. He lost his fucking badge.
Satellite Officer Vikmar concurs. Losing your badge is serious. Over. 10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now?
His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
He asks you to please stop saying he lost.
Why? Did he find it?
Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your...
You don't have a comeback. Sorry. It's hard to think like this.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it. 10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun, too. Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun, too.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you? No. It's gone. It's not fucking on you.
Don't sweat it, Bratan. You don't need a gun to have fun. We can still have fun. It's not all over.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
Lying over the phone? It's easy. Just say it like it's the truth, and then it becomes it.
He says he didn't.
Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor prick who has to relay that kind of news to the captain. Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it, and fast. We can't have some gangbanger running around with it.
We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. You need further assistance? Over. Ten 4, I hear you. I don't have the authority.
What does he want now?
He's asking for...
Is he fuck?
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything.
Alright, that's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over. He says it's important to the case.
He isn't getting a...
Request denied, sir. Over. Anything else, sir? Over. Okay, 10-4, sir. I hear you. Relay your question. Over.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through. You're going to be looking at a straitjacket if you tell everyone you lost your memory. Be smart about this. Ask if he...
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question.
What? What is it?
He wants to verify.
But of course, it says Dick Mullen, High General of the...
Tell him to stop wasting time.
What do you need, sir? Over. Ten 9, repeat message. I didn't get that, sir. Over.
What? What is it? What can he but?
He seems intoxicated and keeps asking me to call him by his name.
Mullen's drunk and emotionally aggressive. That's new.
Wrap it up. Don't indulge in his drunken antics.
10-4, where?
Does he actually want some?
He asked if he ever told...
For God's sake, cut this shit out! Tell him to stop wasting time and be a...
Sir, Satellite Officer Vicmar says... So, was there anything else? Then, excuse me, sir?
You probably don't want to continue on this road.
Come again, sir? I didn't get that. 10-9, over. That's a negative, sir. I got a 10-12 here. Over. Understood, sir. Over. Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
18 kilometers to the south, in the 41st Precinct's relay booth, a small crowd has gathered around Communication Officer Jules Oldboy Pidier, around a dozen cops. The small room is filled with cigarette smoke, abuzz with laughter, when Officer Judith Minot enters. Her left arm is in bandages, and her...
What is going on here? Did something happen?
What happened is my partner made contact, and it's not good. He's lost his badge. He seemed confused, delirious even.
Mac, the torso Torson, is finger-fucking his fist, laughing hoarsely and apparently telling some dirty story.
Yeah, Mullen was fucked, alright. Sounded fucking drunk.
Yeah, Mac's right. This was some gnarly shit there. I mean, before he started begging for money,
Enough! None of this is funny. It's fucking sad. That's what it is. He's a cop. He's one of us.
We must help him.
Yeah? How do you fucking plan to do that, huh? Get him off the drink? Go jogging with him in the morning and get him on carrot juice? He's a lost man.
I just know we can't give up on him when he's at his weakest. He wouldn't.
Mac, man the door. You know what he told me? I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. Those were his words. This shit does not leave this room. Not a word of this to the captain.
I guess I can hold off the report for a few days.
Good. Okay, everybody. Nothing but a prank call here. We all got our laughs.
Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer quietly hunches with his hand in the motor carriage.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? It will take just a...
Her voices fade out into the familiar...
Gottlieb, what you want? Oh, it's you.
Was that a snarl or a suppressed groan? No love for you here.
With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, I'm not...
There is no surprise in his voice, only kill.
What else? I'm not a brain doctor. Look on the bright side, you've got a whole new life now. Use it wisely.
It's hard to say if he doesn't believe you, or doesn't care.
That's because you're hungover. Even the radio waves coming from your direction smell like liquor. Do you feel like your eyes are twitching too? That's the tiny vessels pulsating from high blood pressure, stupid officer. You might be sustaining permanent damage to your vision as we speak. Not much I can do about it. The busy kind. It's not life-threatening, just annoying for you. I've got more important things to do here. What? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want another rundown of it? You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium and vitamin D. Our station is not a retirement home. We don't have the funds to deal with rock stars past them.
So it's political. You're being neglected because of political...
And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic. In fact, I got work to do. Some idiot has glued his eyelids shut with cyanoacrylate. It looks like Mactorson.
It's not fucking cryoactylate. It's super glue, Doc.
Yes, there's no end to the misfortunes fate has seen fit. Who? You are? You lost your human visage a while back. Now let's get on with it. I've got more important... And you survived it. Congratulations. Even better. Anything else? I wouldn't worry about that. Officers, you're...
Accept it. The body is an object, and objects break down. Do what good you can with yours, before the rest...
Mm-hmm.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. Over. Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
From another planet. Hey there. What's the jam, my man? It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight, no explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout. Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
Behind the laugh, however.
So tell me, what do you need? Nope, don't smoke. Some of the other drivers do, though. There's still a few around, waiting for the jam to disperse.
Yup, nothing wrong with that statement. Your senses have nothing to add. You'll have to ask around elsewhere.
You could also check the kiosk down the street. Frit. With 3 T's. Rebishaw's weird. Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like...
Time to arrest him.
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. I've got another haul of found cargo. Mostly sporting goods, tracksuits, and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad in the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Il-Moran market lately. We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy. This rockin' beauty. Sure is, like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery? Neat. For carrying large quantities of cargo a long distance. These found tracksuits need to find their way to the kids way out in Wamrau and Loran Bird somehow.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he's spent too long in this lorry.
Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm. In his eyes, an unfamiliar longing, flecks of brown and gold. It's hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest, down the street that goes beyond.
Excuse me? Man, I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. There's no helping in absence, you know. I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way, waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am stuck in this shit, so far from home. What's it like? Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail of living with them. It comforts me. What about you, Cop Man? You missing someone?
Is that what it is? This feeling? No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter, smelling of apricots and sorrow, and the past.
I feel for you, my friend. It's bad enough to know who you miss. Missing like that doesn't feel like it has much of an upside. But, thanks for this. It's nice to talk to someone, and I know it wasn't easy to ask. I hope you find your way through your own troubles. It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks, workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out. Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like, A strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching. Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really. Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient, the better. When one's ended, you can get on to the next one.
Да, достаточно философский вопрос.
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time, right?
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs. A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees. Huh? Oh. No, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work. The bosses, man. Makes sense. It sucks is what it does. Nope. Don't smoke. Some of the other drivers do.
Yup. Nothing wrong with that statement. Your senses have nothing to add.
You could also check the kiosk down the street. Frit. With 3. Don't be a stranger.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? We don't see a lot of police around here. Of course. What can I help you with? Excuse me?
She's uncomfortable. Maybe you should drop this line of question.
Oh. Well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here. Okay. Me? I am just a gardener. I am pleased to meet you too, officer. Since the street sign's messed up? Okay. What do you need? What do you mean? Yes, sir. District of Martinez. This intersection is called Roundabout North.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really. The harbor gates, Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store, too. Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably. Just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago. It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach. Oh, that's right there, in the yard.
She's relieved someone has come for it, finally.
No problem. Of course. I won't hold you back.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
Так, ну, в принципе, на этом, я думаю, можно будет закончить. Спасибо всем, кто заходил, кто смотрел. Думаю, когда-нибудь обязательно продолжим. Всем доброй ночи и хороших выходных.